Let's go to lesson. So 291. So the title is A Penny for Your Thoughts. It means what is on your mind. Alright? So this expression, a penny for your thoughts, it means what is going on your mind. Alright? So the text talks so about money, so that in the past didn't exist. Imagine. So thousands of years ago, so people exchanged items. Okay? For example, if I need rice, I would exchange for beans, something like that. So because there wasn't money at that time, all right, so certain items could be exchanged, so both sides were pleased. But do you think that when they exchanged things, both sides were always pleased? Because sometimes so the person was in need of something and the person couldn't wait a long time for a long time, and somebody appears offering, okay, something that the other person wants, but sometimes the exchange was not so fair. All right, so I think one part could take advantage. So this is my opinion. Okay, so long last before coins and banknotes were designed, so imagine, so people make trades, all right, eggs, vases, salt, rice, everything could be exchanged. Okay, so it was a way that they did business. And the most uh, thing that called my attention was the word celery, that derived from the word salt. All right, the word celery. And because that the Roman soldiers were paid for their work with salt. Can you imagine? So the soldiers went to war, so almost died, and the payment, salt. I can't imagine a situation like that. I think they could be paid with gold, right? Because they put their life in risk, they left their family, and at the end to get salt as a payment. All right, so it is something that is very unusual for us that live in another time, in another modern time. So nowadays, there are many forms of payment, such as checks, credit cards, debits, okay, and money, of course. All right. So the conception of electronic money has had an impact on business. Okay, electronic money, credit cards, debit, and it offers more safety than carrying money with us on our pocket. And can you tell me what you have thought from the text, what you have understood? You think this text is interesting? What is the most interesting part in the text? For example, in my opinion, the most, I think, interesting and funniest part of the text is about the payment of soldiers, that they received salt as a payment. Since at that time there wasn't money, I think they could receive gold, but not salt. I think this is the funniest part. And you're going to tell me what you have understood from the text if you knew something about it, okay? You are going to summarize, okay, the text, okay? Summarize, resumir what you have understood. And have you ever imagined yourself imagining in the old times? So without money and having to exchange things. Have you ever imagined yourself at that time? You are going to answer and make a summary of the text. Now, I'm gonna give you the sentence and you're going to change into interrogative, okay? We have changed the safest password. Okay? You are going to make the sentence into interrogative. We have changed the safest password. The company encouraged too many unnecessary debits. The company encouraged too many unnecessary debits. You have to be stingy to manage to live on a budget. You have to be stingy to manage to live on a budget. Que budget? Orçamento. So, we swept the seats because I felt cold where I was sitting. We swept the seats because I felt cold where I was sitting. An ox is the same as a bull. An ox is the same as a bull. Okay, so you choose the 3 sentences and you repeat and change into interrogative, okay? And send me by WhatsApp. Now, we are going to practice. I'm gonna give you the sentence and you're going to repeat and make the substitution. You should really, you sound really relaxed for a first timer, confident, experienced. The interview seemed a little nervous, uncomfortable. The design of the restaurants don't depend on the franchise's style. The design of the restaurants don't depend on the franchise's style. Preference. You are going to choose 2 sentences, you are going to repeat and make the substitutions, okay? So now let's go to the next sentence, to the next lesson, 292. So, song, you are a champion. So you're going to read the song and you're going to answer the question. What message does the song convey to you? Underline the imperative sentences, okay? Imperative sentences. When the imperative, so it gives an order. There isn't a subject. For example, try your best. This is an imperative. Can you name the adjectives in the lyrics? Could you name the opposite of the adjectives you found in the lyrics? Now let's go to fluency. All right, let's work with fluency. Let's follow the example. Example, she has won the writing contest. She'll have her book published. Therefore, you are going to use the word therefore to give meaning to the sentence, okay? To join the sentences. She has won the writing contest, therefore she'll have her book published. Okay, in the consequence, okay? She'll have her book published. I can't believe he had the guts to leave. He's going off on his own. Moreover, her effort to drive as fast as she could. I missed my flight, despite. We'd better hire someone who is goal-oriented this time. In a nutshell, he couldn't come to work today. He managed to do the same things for us. On the other hand, some people are self-learners, others would rather be guided by a teacher. Whereas, I didn't expect anyone to congratulate him on that. His folks, apart from. He changed his opinion unexpectedly, what he had said a few minutes ago. In contrast, many states have voted for the change. New York and California, for example. You choose four sentences, okay? You choose four sentences and send me by audio on WhatsApp. All right? You are going to choose four sentences and using the linking words. All right? So the sentence that you are going to choose is up to you. So now let's go to the next part. Ask your friend. It means I'm gonna ask you. Do you know what is the highest mountain in the world? What country is the largest producer of it in the world? Do you know what is the lowest point on earth? Do you know what country is the largest producer of diamonds? Do you know where the Industrial Revolution started? Do you know who the first Republican president of the USA was? What country is known as the land of midnight sun? Do you know what year the Nintendo Wii was invented? So you have to make a research to answer these questions. Now, researching data, I'm gonna ask you and you're going to answer giving personal opinion. Do teenagers surrender to peer pressure a lot more today than they did in the past? Do you think most people change their opinion because of what their peers think? How should parents and teachers help students who give in to the peer pressure? What actions could be taken to minimize peer pressure among teenagers? Can peer pressure influence people positively? You are going to choose two questions to answer me, okay? And you are going to answer me send on audio by WhatsApp. All right?